Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode.
Bonnet Babble.
Bonnet Babble, yes. Do you know, I was trying to change that logo in the middle
Why?
because I wanted it to say Bonnet Babble and then underneath say brought to you by Bee and My Bonnet.
Ah,
Just for this. So I downloaded a proper logo editing software thing and I was playing about with it the other night.
What did you do to it?
Well, no, it looks really... I just need to work on my paintbrush skills. Right. So I figured out how to... Because that bit of text, it's got like these beautiful highlights and stuff on it. So I found the right font.
Right.
I had to download that from some dodgy website. But the guy that designed this, he's put the text in as a picture. So what he's obviously done is he's created the text and the highlight in a different piece of software and then just put it in as a JPEG image or some form of image.
It does look good. So.
It does, but that means that I can't just change what it says. So I'm trying to replicate it and create the pretty highlights on there just for this. Oh. So, but when I have more time, I need to, because by the time, I've gotten the kids to school and then come back and sort the house out and then done the other stuff for being with Bonnet. It's then time to go and pick up the kids and then it's finding some form of food to throw at them and then it's editing videos and then I have to take my tablets and go to bed by 9 o'clock, otherwise I turn into a pumpkin. So, yeah. Anyway, again, I'm off track already. Well, I need to stop.
You started off track.
I know. It's not good. Can we move this wire? It's really in the way and annoying me. Right, no, it's fine. It's out of the way now. I can actually read the screen.
I'm doing my best not to move and fidget.
Yes, good. Well done. Proud of you. How are you
Thanks.
sitting there in jeans? So
I've
uncomfortable.
got my top button undone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, does the job, doesn't it? Okay, so part 6 of my Personal Saga. We're still on the Personal Saga. I know we took a little interlude where we did the FOI response. But I'd kind of gotten a bit fed up because that was a lot of writing when I did that. And I was just like, we'll just get some of the other gubbins out of the way. So yeah, there isn't as much political stuff for the next 2 posts. So yes, part 6, surviving a building site.
Hey.
So in the last episode, I talked about, in part 5, I talked about, the fact that we bought a house and it was a genius idea. And yeah, we bought this dilapidated house whilst I was growing a tiny human and live in it while we did it, which was just a foolish plan. I mean, I've even said in the post, I think I'm a mildly intelligent human being. But but this whole scenario does make me question that fact, to be honest. So once we moved in, we started that ever growing list of activities you need to do to even start building work. So doing the architect designs, the planning applications are an absolute nightmare, by the way.
Yeah.
Estimates and all that not enjoyable stuff.
No, it's full of numbers.
Yes, and it took a while to do as well because they like to give you hoops, and you know how I love hoops. But we were happy with the design and the plan in the end. The first day that work started, I'd been at work, and I came home and went to go upstairs, and there were new stairs going straight into our bedroom. It's like even some of the outside walls didn't stay in the same place. It's like the stairs moved. It was a total renovation revamp.
Big job.
Yeah, huge. So we were kind of playing like musical rooms around the builders. Like they'd say, oh, we need to get in the bedroom next week, so you need to be in a different room. So we'd then move our bed downstairs, and I was full of shenanigans. It was ridiculous. And then,
for a person that doesn't like changes.
Yes. Yeah. I think this probably contributed to me totally losing the plot, to be honest. So mildly chaotic, and obviously whilst we were doing that, everything that we owned was getting covered in dust.
Yes.
Ugh. So we found problem after problem. The entirety of upstairs electrical wiring had been put in by the previous owner, this dude that was adept allegedly at building work, and he had used speaker wire, which is Just a tiny bit, teensy bit of a fire hazard.
Just a
Just
smidge.
a touch.
Yeah.
And you know, the plumbing, the more and more walls we opened, the more and more it looked like some like alien had taken root and sprouted pipes in the walls. it was a mess, absolute bloody mess.
You do create a great vivid picture.
I try. So quite quickly, our initial budget that we all thought would be fine was absolutely shot to bits.
I was always told that you have a budget and you're meant
Yes.
to add so much to it.
Well, we did. We had a little slush fund. It just didn't account for needing to rewire and replumb and replace the boiler for
Why
the
not
entire
expect
house.
the unexpected?
I mean, I should have just like planned for the worst.
That's my family motto,
possible
you
case.
know.
Yeah,
Mine and my husband's motto is expect the unexpected.
yeah. It's just expect it to all go tits up from the start.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, we'd done the nursery. It was done. It was painted. It was beautiful. Because that was kind of key, as by that point I was about 7 months pregnant.
Yep.
And mother had her bedroom and ensuite.
Oh,
finished.
of course, you know.
Her wet room, right, which cost more in the end than 3 of our bathrooms put together. Because she has expensive taste.
Oh, you did get that from her.
No, I know. I'm one of those people where I can walk into a shop and I'll be like, ooh, that's pretty. And it'll be the most expensive thing in there.
Yeah, you do it online too.
I know. I know.
So of course I'd like that. It's such and such pounds.
Mm-hmm. It's always the most expensive thing. It's not my fault.
It's your mother's.
Yeah, I inherited that bit. So we needed more pennies to fund the rest of the build and quickly. The main mortgage was mine because at the time I actually had a good credit rating. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, my husband's rating was a bit trampled. He hadn't been quite as sensible when he was at university, and I couldn't get a second mortgage on my own. So we had to go to a subprime lender in order for my husband's name to go onto that mortgage. And if you don't know what a subprime lender is, they're the little vultures that prey on people who have cocked up a few times with their finances and whack a massive interest rate on their lending to mitigate their risk. Yes, vultures. It's a secured loan as well for a second mortgage, which puzzles me because, like, if you don't pay it, you can just take the house, and you've not really got a risk there, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's a strange one. Anyway, we managed to get a further £70,000 to complete the rest of the building work. We'd already put in, I think it was 65,000 into it.
Wow.
It ended up costing us an absolute fortune. But
No wonder you sold the house for a lot more than what you got it.
Yeah. So the monthly cost of this second mortgage for 70,000. Keep in mind that my first mortgage was for 150,000 and was £490 a month. Okay, because it was from a proper lender.
Yeah.
Okay, so half of that amount, 70,000, £1,400 a month. So all of a sudden, I was paying nearly £2,000 a month for this house. Yeah, and while building work was paused because we needed the additional pennies, we had a little bit of money left to finish one more room. Okay, now we had to decide between what my mother wanted and what we needed.
You're going to go with what your mother wanted, aren't you?
Actually, I didn't for once.
Wow.
And I haven't written it yet, but the fallout to that. Oh my good, I can't go into it. I can't. No, I've not written about it yet. I've got to wait. So she wanted to finish her kitchen and the rest of her front room.
Bearing in mind you already had a family kitchen.
Yes. Well, it was kind of half functional. It kind of, at that moment in time, okay, the old kitchen, they built the new walls around the old kitchen and not taken the old kitchen walls out yet because we had to have a functional kitchen for us all to use because we were living in it.
Yeah.
So it was all it was a weird looking house for a while. It's very strange. So yeah, we needed a bathroom. We didn't have a bathroom at the time. We could have used my mother's wet room, but that's not really practical with a small child, an infant.
Baby.
I needed a bath. And I think having a baby actually encouraged me to say, no, I'm having what I want. Thank you. And it's not even what I want, it's what I need.
Yeah.
For my child,
yeah,
sod
you do
off.
find a strength.
Yeah, get back in your box.
You get protective, don't you?
Yeah, so we tried to have a sensible discussion with her about it and explain the steps we were taking to get more funding, you know, and I did sort of say, you know, what she had spent on her tiny annex, which was a bedroom with built-in wardrobes, ensuite sort of wet room thingamabob, and then a kitchen, open plan living room with space for a little bistro table. It was the vast majority of our budget had gone on stuff she wanted. It was lunacy. So I tried to have a sensible discussion, but she threw her toys out the pram and had a bit of a conniption. And you know, the fallout from that, the apoplectic fallout from that, will be in the Mother Dearest series at some point. And yeah.
That bit's to be continued.
It is to be continued. I so want to because it's so good, but I can't. Anyway, back on track. So we went for our family bathroom, as it would have the bath that we needed for our tiny human. In the end, we were sort of traipsing on with building work for nearly 2 years in dribs and drabs, and playing musical rooms and sharing facilities with my enraged mother. And amongst all of that, bringing home my tiny bouncing sleep thief. And obviously I had to go back to work quite quickly after having my firstborn. You know, my husband earned a decent wage. We were both kind of equal earners, really. He earned quite a bit more than me annually, but because he had a student loan and I don't, we cleared the same every month, much to his annoyance. I was like, sometimes it doesn't pay to go to university, you know. Anyway, so we needed two incomes, and I hadn't. But what I then discovered, because despite all of my research into pregnancy and a baby and childbirth and all that sort of stuff, I hadn't quite thought about childcare. You know, again, I kind of expect everybody else to be as logical as I am about things. So I did not
work out.
No, it really no. And I've been caught out a few times that way because I just don't understand how the childcare fees were. It was £850 a month for one child at nursery, and you know, that to me, it just, you know, yes, as women, it's great that we have the vote. It's great, it's amazing that we can work and have our careers and all that sort of stuff, but there are biological differences between men and women, and this is the key one. We are the only ones that can create a tiny human. We are the ones that are wired to look after the tiny human. We have the hormones, we have the drive, we have the need.
We're biologically, programmed to hear the baby cry.
Exactly, and all of a sudden, you know, you end up like Daisy the cow. It's like,
yeah. Yes.
But I think we now have the problem where society isn't actually geared up to support a dual parent family who are both working.
Well, I think the women back in the day, you know, that wanted equal rights and things like that. Fine, yes, they were right to do that.
Yeah.
But I think it went to the extremes, so equal everything.
Yeah. And it's like, we're not
without
though,
adding
are we?
in, no,
We're
without
different.
adding into. Well, yeah, we're from Venus, they're from Mars.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking about the extra little bits that we have to do. And I'm sure for men, there's extra bits that they have to do too. Although nothing's coming to my mind right now.
No.
I'm sure any man that is listening or would be thinking, you know, shut up, woman. But we do have lots of extras. We do have to bring children into the world.
Yeah.
We do have to then care for said children. And there's a lot into it.
I know men are capable of doing that, but I don't.
Oh, yeah, I've known men fully
Yeah.
capable of doing that.
I just don't feel that they have the same drive that we do to do it.
I don't
Because
know.
they don't
There
have the
are
hormones.
No. Well, they have some hormones, just not the
not
same
the
ones.
crazy ones we have post baby.
I've known men to be full-time dads right from the word go, and that's great if they can do that.
Yeah.
But just thinking like on a more...
You usually find in that scenario that the other half is ridiculously high up business-wise.
Yes.
When you're both kind of... And that's a rarity. When you're both middle-of-the-road earners, we're not... The society is not set up to support
even for the
current family structure.
It's really not.
No.
I'm still not able to go back to work properly and have a full-on career. Like, I've been wanting since...
Forever and a day.
Forever and a day, yeah. But we're having to survive on just a one a wage.
Well, we're the same, aren't we? There's no point in me going back to work because I suddenly get stung with all this childcare costs. Anyway, we're digressing again.
We are, sorry.
So, yes, it was £850 a month. And, you know, yes, we earned a decent salary, but the problem with that was it put us over any threshold for getting any help with childcare hours. And I'm sure some people are thinking, oh, but you were actually on the property ladder and you chose to have children.
Well, you know.
Sort of.
How very dare you.
I know. Shocking. And, you know, you're right. We're lucky to have what we had at the time at 25 years of age. And it's what so many young people now will never achieve.
Nope.
And I'm not likely to ever attain that level of stability or that level of normal ever again. You know, all the things you should do.
You do hold this normal level.
I do.
At a really high...
I do, yeah.
What if this is normal?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Is it?
Just throwing it out there for you.
So even then, oh no, I know, I need to take, hang on, quick interlude, I need to take my flower power pill. It's wearing off. It's my alarm to tell me to stop.
Can you tell if she's scatty more than you?
Oh, well, let me know in half an hour. So, where was I? Blah, 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 blah.
Never attain it.
Yeah, so even back then, you know, 11 years ago, I just didn't understand how previous generations had managed to live on a single wage whilst owning a house and having children. And, you know, this is a situation, in my view, that has just gotten exponentially worse over time through to 2024.
Yep.
Anyway, regardless, we finished building work. And there were a few things that we just couldn't afford to have done in the end. You know, like the back garden was a bit scruffy. And the driveway as well, it needed to be like re-gravelled and levelled and edged and stuff. And
all the things you just do.
And it's outside, don't care.
My husband and I, when we got married, he always turned around to me and said, the inside, your problem.
Yes.
Outside, my problem. I was like, great!
I have neither side here. That grass needs doing again. It's looking a bit like George of the Jungle out there. But anyway, where was I? Yeah,
well, with all the rain.
Yeah, but the inside of that house was beautiful. I absolutely adored it. It was proper oak floors, and the kitchen was like this really pale olive with oak worktops, and we had a Tiffany light over a really like old style dining table, like country style dining table.
Nice.
We had big like leather sofas, and then the back wall of the living room that went out onto the garden was just an entire wall of sliding glass doors.
Nice.
So in the summer you could slide the whole wall open.
By photos.
Yeah. But it went the whole length of the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
it's like my mum's house.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And then at the back of the garage, there was like a little room that we turned into an office.
Yeah.
And again, that had the same style as the rest of it. And then we had stripy carpet on the stairs. I love stripy stair carpet. It's just kind of a must-have. I don't like this house doesn't have it. It makes me very sad. It's just a thing. I need to have stripy carpet. And then
it's
we
really
had
odd, random thing.
I know. It's just I don't know why. I just like it. And then upstairs, the family bathroom had like a little clawfoot. I say little. It had a clawfoot bath in it, which you could fit 2 people in. It was beautiful. Oh, it was bliss. And then the ensuite that we had a big walk-in. Get down, cat. What is wrong with you all today? We had a big, oh my God, walk-in shower with a proper rain head shower in the ensuite. Oh, it's absolute bliss.
Why did you have to... Oh, never mind.
Why did I have to...
Get rid of the house?
Yeah.
Just keep it. I'd move in with you.
It's so expensive. And plus, Mother would still be there. That's it for today's episode of Bonnet Babble. Join us again next time for more scatterbrainedness and hilarity. Have a wonderful day.
You take care. Stay sane.
Bye.